Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think I'd...
But you're always smiling.
That was a figure of speech. Do you understand? Nitpicking my...
Oh, yeah. Something really big.
Oh, okay, I see. So, Ace decided to palm Inazuma off. Impossibly stubborn. Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable. Presumes her sheer will can see her through, despite you know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now? Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. Oh, she acts like such. So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some...
Is she playing dumb? She's...
Aha, you're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much. All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura. And from what I've heard...
Because Raiden Makoto is no longer...
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. But I can only speculate. You're the ones who have actually been there, so you tell me. Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. First things first.
Of the Electro Archon. May the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom eternally. Of the Electro Archon. May the blossoms of the sacred Sakura bloom.
Now then, I always have my way. To the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very abstract concept. Luckily, I'm Ace. In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact spatial location of this realm, I can still send you to...
So, it's abstract, but has a location, but you don't know it.
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Let me put this everything is turbulent and disordered. If you try to force your way in, you could be swept away by a giant wave that sets you... This is precisely why when entering the plane of euthymia, it's much safer if you place your...
What? Alright, well, Paimon's staying here then. You two can go in.
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, always stand... Oh, well, if you're quite sure, then of course. I say... Oh, nothing. It just seems By the way, remember to focus constantly. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract space. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to... Well then, the door's open. Hop on in. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Miko, you better know what you're doing!
That's enough chatter. Get...
What do we do?
Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Huh? You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And this is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were first. Over countless battles, not once have you lost. And had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you, you still would not have wavered. For your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you have you bring honor to the title of. Now these two return once more to this space. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began 500... Final duel? Stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. The energy they consumed, great enough to vaporize the ocean and turn day into night. And the waves landed, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush streams. Yet, you have endured. I will endure forever. Witness the final calamity. The will I carry within me will never be eroded nor destroyed. In spirit! Illusion shattered! Eternity is in my hands! In spirit! There is no escape! Purge all obstacles! Purge all obstacles! This is the end. You have won. I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But a will that cannot be eroded has no way to embrace the future. You need not worry about the future. And I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon... Yet... my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my limits. And whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within the blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to... I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new... This power is beyond the limits of my understanding. This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly When I clasped Muso Ishin in my hands, I had the feeling it was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall, from this day forth, this body, I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, you truly have changed. I suppose I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again in— Do you say this? It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting?
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all to pick up the pieces. Makoto? I'm so happy. You've come so far. I always knew you would make it here in the end. I left a faint fragment of my will in Musou Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, a convoluted way to reach you, but— well, you held such deeply entrenched views. There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me, but everything happened so suddenly. And I've always felt terrible for having— I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time. Did you know what was about to happen in Conria? I had some sense of it. That place— in my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion. But I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. Don't look down on me. See? You admit it was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift. Here, take it. Before my— but it is you who must take the most important—
The light turned into a seed?
the miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom, she who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really? Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, A? I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh? Goodbye, Makoto.
So the A of the present planted the sacred Sakura in the realm of consciousness, and no matter what you make of it, it's quite an...
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her eternity is a concept intimately connected with time. When you...
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. Huh, so that was the turbulent. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without any And yet, that sense of disorder...
I don't fully understand yet. But...
Well, I'm not convinced that it...
Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura. But to me, you've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura and my...
No. But I understand why now.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different?
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like.
Ugh. Now we see who...
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care, and obviously I played my part too. It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you? At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the... Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Simply as... Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the intersection of all. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately...
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was going to happen?
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside. So it was a great shock to me. My first thought was... But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You too have my thanks.
A, how are you feeling now?
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will no longer...
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your... After all, you saw Makoto and...
I only heard her voice. I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, I have to say. This has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She even factored my immaturity. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again. That's amazing!
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the... Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and both are indispensable.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word.
Makoto said the exact...
Great minds think alike, hmm? I wonder, does that qualify me to... Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble.
We will have to end the frivolities there. There is much work. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things current. After that...
Really? That's...
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for... I'm looking forward to it.